Hi everyone, I'm Denise and this is Yogi. Yogi just woke up from a little nap, so if he looks a little like, what the heck is going on, that's why. He just woke up from a little nap and he looks a little angry and sleepy. So today's video, I like how Yogi shut up his head. This video is going to be a little different because I don't have the movies in my hands, in my possessions, but I would still love to recommend them either way, and I hope you guys still enjoy. No matter what, I'm going to link the trailers down below. Starting off with number 5, I am going to recommend the movie Oculus. This movie came out back in 2013, and I remember seeing this movie in the movie theaters with my cousin Cindy and Nino. And I also remember that when the movie finished, that this couple that was like a few rows down from us, I remember the guy said that he did not like it, that he thought it sucked. But I honestly enjoyed it. I mean, they had good jump scares, they had good twists and turns in the movie, in my opinion. And the ending was just so freaking depressing, to be honest. I remember a few weeks after I saw that movie, it just broke my heart, to be honest. Another thing I would like to mention about Oculus is that the character that Karen Gillan plays, I apologize if I'm not saying her name correctly, but the character that she plays, oh my god, absolutely so frustrating. Like, she played the part well when she makes your blood boils. Like, I don't know if you guys feel that type of way when you feel frustrated about a movie character and you're just like, why are you doing the things that you're not supposed to do, especially when you're putting other lives in danger. And she played she was also like very hard-headed, and she played that extremely well too. I was just so frustrated in that movie theater seat, and I was just shaking my head every few seconds, every few minutes. At anything that came out of her mouth, I was just like this. I was like, are you serious? But she also reminded me of the character from As Above, So Below, the character Scarlett. Both those girls, if they made a movie together, oh my god, my blood pressure would raise. I think I would get so angry to the point that I would like pass out, because oh my god, both of those characters extremely frustrated me. But yeah, anyways. Still a fantastic movie, great jump scares. For me, the plot was really good, and again, the ending, so sad and so messed up. Like, that's like the big takeaway from this movie, Oculus, for me. It's just the ending. I was like, damn, like, they're really going to end the movie like that? I was just so, like, my heart and my brain just broke. So coming in on number 4 is the movie The Uninvited, and this movie came out. This movie came out in 2009, and I remember seeing this movie when it was on Netflix years and years ago. I don't know if they have it on Netflix now, but I saw that movie for the first time on Netflix, and I remember I was in my room, and it was like a dark, cloudy day, and it was a great time to see a horror movie. And I remember when I was watching this movie, I was trying to figure out what was going to happen next, what was happening, or what the ending was going to be. And every time I thought of something and it was wrong, it was just dead wrong. And I also read that this movie was a remake of A Tale of Two Sisters. I think that movie came out in, I believe, 2003. I've never seen that one, so I apologize if I'm not making any comparisons to both of the films, but hopefully one day I'll be able to get both of these DVDs. I thought about like renting the movies, but I don't know, I guess I'm really old school and I just like to put the DVD in the DVD player and see it on the TV and not on a digital device, if that makes sense. But going back to The Uninvited, I really enjoyed the movie. Emily Browning, she's the main character of the film. I think she plays a character who's very timid and like fragile and sweet, like very well. She was in this movie with Jim Carrey, A Series of Unfortunate Events. I'll put the name in the bottom. But she was also in that movie, and I think that her character's name was Violet, if I'm not mistaken. But she did a really good job in that movie too, like very timid, but also very a strong person in the film. She's a really great actress and a singer. She sang the song "Sweet Dreams Are Made of These." I'll link that in the description box. I freaking love that song. But anyway, The Uninvited, the ending, great plot twist in my opinion. I never saw that coming, to be honest, and I don't know, I always love a good plot twist, because then, like, when you're watching the movie a second time around, maybe you can, like, pick up on foreshadowing. Look at Yogi. I don't know if he's mean mugging or if he's falling asleep. You okay? He's like, just shut up. But coming in at number 3 is the movie Grave Encounters 2. I have Grave Encounters 1 on DVD, but sadly I haven't gotten a chance to get Grave Encounters 2, which came out in 2012. Grave Encounters 2 is great. I love the scares, and I also like how it got like a little emotional with one of the characters. He was like I'm so sorry, I only saw this movie once, so please forgive me, but he was like a blonde kid, and he was like the comedian of the group, that kind of thing, and I think he was the one that farted out of nowhere. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's the guy that farted, the blonde one, and he was like the comedy relief, I think that's what they call it. And he had this moment in the bathroom where he's just like breaking down, and he's like scared that he's gonna die, or he doesn't want to die, of course. And I'm happy that well, I don't know if I should say it, but one of the characters from the first one comes back into the second one, and I was so excited to see that character come back, and I guess how can I explain it, like say what he's been through. But one negative thing about Grave Encounters 2, and I noticed this with a lot of sequels, is that they kind of complicate things, especially like with the character from the first one. In the second one, he explains all this stuff about how the ghosts are talking to him, and how there could be a way out. And I don't know, like, just making it complicated kind of, like, for me, messes up the movie. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's supposed to make sense in the long run. And one thing that caught me off guard in the second one was like the betrayal. Like, for me, it was like the ultimate betrayal in the second one. I think like 2 people got betrayed, honestly, because it, like, towards the end I was like, oh damn, like they got betrayed, this other person got betrayed. I mean, you just never know what another, like, one of your friends is going to do to protect themselves and to get out of a scary situation. But the betrayals in this movie, it was hardcore. I mean, even for me, I was like, damn, let me just stay away from haunted buildings. Let me not get caught up in anything like this, because I do not want to get betrayed. Because knowing me, I'm very naive in some situations, so I would probably be one of those people that got betrayed, to be honest. So coming in at number 2 is Wrong Turn 2 Dead End. And when I was a little girl, I was obsessed with this movie, and one of the main reasons was because of the opening. Yeah, the opening sequence, the opening scene. It was of this young blonde girl that she was driving, and she, I guess, makes a wrong turn, and she hits this one of the hillbillies from the first movie, and her death was just gruesome. And when I was little, for me, I've never seen anything so gruesome and so, like, what's that word? Out of pocket, unexpected. Like, her death was just like, bam! And I was like, whoa! I was like, what the heck? Like, they cut her open, and, like, it was just insane. It caught me off guard. But anyway, this movie came out in 2007. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Came out in 2007, and Henry Rollins is also in the film. And I remember when I was little, I thought that, oh my god, this guy is like so freaking cool, like he's so badass. Like, he was just so awesome to me. Sorry, that's my alarm. But anyway, when I was little, I thought that Henry Rollins was just so cool, and I still think so to this day. Like, he's so awesome and such a badass. And another thing that I like about Wrong Turn 2, and I was thinking about this the other day, is that if you compare number 1 and number 2, in my opinion, I like number 2 better because the death scenes are more gruesome and more different, in my opinion. Especially when this girl is getting like slashed in her back with one of the, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep calling them hillbillies, but one of the like deformed hillbillies, they were like cutting up her back really bad, and then at the end, like, you see her spine, and just seeing that, I was like, oh, that is so gross, like, what the heck? But it was also like so new to me when I was seeing it, when I saw it when I was little. And in Wrong Turn 1, I honestly didn't like how for 2 of the characters, basically for 2 of the characters, I know one of them is played by Kevin Zegers. For his death scene, it was kind of like out of view, off-screen death, there you go. And I just didn't like how they did that in the first one, but in the second one, I like how you can see how the characters die, how they go. And I'm not going to say which one dies this way, but I also remember when I was a kid, another death scene that really freaked me out was that this girl, she was just, trying to run away from the hillbillies. I'm so sorry, but she was trying to run away from the deformed hillbillies, and all of a sudden, boom, axe hit her in the head, and I was like, what the hell? This is one of the movies that taught me, if you are running from a serial killer or anyone chasing you, run in zigzags, run all over the place, like run like you're on fire, like all crazy and in different directions, because hell no, if you're running in a straight line, of course they're gonna aim for you because they already know you're going in a straight line. Coming in at number 1, this movie came out in 2012, and this movie is Would You Rather. Oh my god, this freaking movie, oh my god, the way that rich guy just like abused his power, abused people, and the way he thought money could get him anything he wants. I mean, it does. I'm sorry, another alarm cut off the video, but what I was trying to say was that this movie shows how sadly money talks. Money can get you basically anything that you want, or money can also help you cover up crimes or like pay people off, whatever it is. Basically money can just put a band-aid on the situation. But I remember this movie making me feel intense, like a little frightened, like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen next, what are the next would you rather choices. It was just so brutal. And I also remember that one of my cousins, she was little at the time, she was like 5 or 6, and she I guess she didn't know that I was watching a scary movie, but she popped into the room and scared me, and my first reaction was to karate chop her. I didn't do it hard, but I karate chopped her in the throat, and then she covered her throat, and she was like, Denise, and she got so mad, and she tried to tell her mom. She was like, Mom, Denise hit me in the throat, and then I guess her mom couldn't believe what I did, and it caught her mom off guard, and she started laughing. And then my little cousin got mad, and she ran into another room and locked the door. I tried saying sorry, but I know her, and I know she needs to cool off. But anyway, whenever I see Would You Rather, I always think of what I did to my cousin for scaring me. That's just one of my reflexes, to be honest. I'll either karate chop or throw a punch or kick up in the air. And for some reason, when I get scared, I also yell dick. Like, I'm like, oh, dick. I'm like, I guess it's like, what is that called? Like an insult that I'm kind of throwing at the person for scaring me. I also remember the ending. I remember I thought to myself, okay, what if the movie ended like this? And then a few seconds later, my my guess was confirmed, and I was like, oh, I freaking knew it. I knew it would end this way. And then I remember when my cousin Cindy saw it for the first time, she was like, oh, I just couldn't believe it ended that way. It does have a very sad, depressing ending. And I told Cindy, I said, Cindy, I freaking called it. I freaking knew it was gonna end like that. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, you know, it's just, I'm not gonna lie, I thought of it like a few seconds before it happened, but I was like, yeah, I kind of had a feeling that it was going to end on a sad note, because Brittany Snow, she was the main character. She went through so much only for it to end the way it did. I'm sorry, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I highly recommend this movie, especially if you're looking for a movie to get your heart racing, or if you're looking for a movie to keep you guessing on what is the next little would you rather game. Another thing I would like to mention is that this movie can or may get your heart racing depending on like if you're desensitized from stressful movie scenes, but this movie may get your heart racing. It may make you a little nervous, or for some of the scenes and for some of the characters, it can get you like really frustrated and pissed off. I know I did, especially with the rich guy and like his little security guards and his son. Oh my god, that son is a nightmare. And also there was this character. She was kind of like a emo chick at the table. She had her hair down to the side, you know, like all mysterious. And her character also got me a little frustrated and mad, to be honest. I feel like if I was in a situation like that, I feel like my character would either be Brittany Snow or, to be honest, one of the character that dies. Because being in a situation like that, you know, I honestly don't know how I would react. Maybe I'll do anything I can, like step over people, hurt people to win, or maybe I'm just too soft, and maybe people would use that against me and then, you know, get me out of the game. But yeah, those are my 5 recommendations. Number 5, Oculus. Number 4, The Uninvited. Sorry, I just cracked my knuckle. The Uninvited. Number 3, Grave Encounters 2. And then number 2 was Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. And then number 1 was Would You Rather. And I hope all of you guys enjoyed the video. Here's Yogi, my Yogi sleeping. I think that's his paw. Oh yeah, that's his paw. That little white thing right there, that's his paw. But anyway, I'm sorry to talk about Yogi so much. But yeah, those are my 5 recommendations. I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, comment if you have seen any of the movies I just recommended, or any other horror movie that you just love and that you feel like people would talk about more of that, or that you would recommend. Yeah, I hope that made sense. Hold on, let me see if I can say that a little better. You can comment down below a horror movie that you would like to recommend to another. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was trying to say. One more thing before I end the video, but all the links to the trailers will be down below in the description box. And I'll also link the lip gloss and the makeup that I have on, just in case for anyone who's wondering what I'm wearing. I'll also leave those in the description box down below too. Thank you guys so much again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.